Well, did it not work? Look at that. Mud all over the place. But check this out. Oh, it's damp all right, but look at that. No mud at all. I can finally get in and out of here without being bogged down. It worked, finally. All right, well, it keeps on raining on us, but we have our problem here cured, and we're finally able to get back onto the 55 gasser. Today I'm going to be welding in some of the rear panels on the inside so we can get ready to finish up the exterior panels and put a rear end in this thing. So hey, we appreciate you guys coming by and checking out our channel. Subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, give us that like, leave a comment, and if you get a chance, share the link. All right, so we're getting started back on the 55 Chevy. We finally have our mud dried up. We have our new dirt in, so that's no longer a problem. It's been raining the past couple of days, and it's not affecting us now. So that makes me super happy. But during that time, we did get some more accomplished on that 2002 Camaro. So check out just a little bit of this, and then we'll be right back to the 55 Chevy Gasser.
Morning everybody, Rod Garage here, and today we're doing more stuff on all kinds of things. I'm going to go ahead and use this hole here. That's where the shifter originally was. I'm going to use that as a reference point to see how bad it is for the throttle pedal. I'm hoping that there's not much trouble there, but either way, something's got to be done. So hang on, and I'm going to scrap the motor and I'll be right back. Okay guys, the crank is 1 inch over here. That's via, I determined that by the old transmission cross member. I can't do the offset at the back because of that. Because of that right there. It looks like it's got to go over this way almost a full inch. Oofda. But what I did do was I measured that spot on the bell housing it's about 18 inches from here and about 4 inches down. Let's go ahead and see where that puts us in relation to the throttle pedal. Alright guys, the end of this here, that right there, is where that bump needs to be. It's awfully close to the throttle pedal and about 4 inches down, which pushes it right there. Question is, how bad off are we? So all that stuff needs to come out, unfortunately. I didn't want to rip all this guy's carpet out, but we're definitely gonna have to take all this corner out. I need to start by getting some of this paneling off, take the thresholds off, and to see how far we can go back with this. Because if we're gonna have to relieve that, like I think we're gonna do anyway, it's gonna have to be a halfway decent relief, and we're gonna have to be doing welding and stuff like that. So we were hoping we can kind of ding the floor a little bit to clear that, but there's no way that's gonna work. So let's go ahead and extract the carpet, and I'll see you in a second. Let's get to stripping here. Ooh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There's that guy right there. No, oh, he's got fancy cable in here for a radio. Sometimes you can get carpet that kind of fold. Because this carpet's in really good shape. I don't want to damage it like at all. Overall, this Camaro is actually in pretty good shape for being its vintage. What do we got here? So it looks like, yeah. All right. So the slave that goes on that style of bell housing actually isn't really all that big, but where the bleeder is, it's a little interesting. So let's go ahead and we'll continue this here. Try to see if we can't. I don't know exactly what that's for. It's probably for a remote wire for an amp or something. So here's our reference point, 18 inches from here forward. So what did I do with the measuring stick? Yes, there it is right there. So here's our 18. So right around right in here. You know, I'm gonna have to reluctantly cut this. That's all right. I think this guy's good to go. I'll probably just move this out of the way. This is like a plastic liner. It might not be too bad. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut a little relief out of this, and I'll keep that piece, and we'll see how bad it is. Okay guys, so I cut this relief in this plastic cover. So now it needs to go further back, measurement wise anyway. Something like all the way back in here. But I don't know if I need to actually go that far. But what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole somewhere right in here, something like that. We'll drill a hole right there, and we'll use that as a reference to see how much further we need to actually go. I'm about to drill a hole here. I know it's going to be extremely arbitrary and extremely vague, but it gives us a good reference point. Alright guys, so there is our reference hole right there. Actually, it's not too bad. In order for this guy to come over about another inch, we need to definitely go, Mimo. It looks like we need to go almost another 2 inches further ahead. But maybe we don't need to do that quite yet. But actually, if you look, it's actually almost right in line with that. That's kind of cool. What we'll do is, let's go ahead and, we figure an inch. Let's go up by 2 inches with this hole straight up. Zoop. Then we should have our height fixed up. I think if we either use a cutoff wheel or something like that and cut, drill another hole here and then cut it that way, we might be able to start finessing this a little bit. So show you what I've started. What have you done? See all these little holes? So I'm gonna need to break that seam and cut it here, and then theoretically I should be able to massage this out a little bit, or in rather. That's my thinking. Anyway, I don't want to cut these because I'm hoping that I can actually start getting it to fold and use this as a 90-degree bend here, 90-degree here. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this and then cut this. I don't think I'm gonna use the cutoff wheel. I might, maybe, who knows. Hang on, I'll show you something here in a second. All right, cool. All right. Because the engine's right next to it. I mean, shoot. Okay, guys. Here's the bell housing right there. Zoop. It worked. Cool. I think we'll probably just leave that right there so you can cut the poo-poo fart side of your foot. I think that'll work. So now I'm going to use the jack because the oil pan's sitting on the jack. I'll fudge the engine over towards the driver's side and see what we got.
So Tommy has been working away feverishly on that dang O2 Camaro. Darian, that's for you. Darian had left a message in the comments. And he said, man, that's the first problem to jump up and bite us when the transmission tunnel. Oh my gosh, you have no idea in the world, Darian. There have been so many problems with this that we've already dealt with, and so many that we have coming down the line for us. But you know what? On to something a little easier, a little more straightforward, is we're back on the 55 Chevy Gasser wagon. So we're going to jump over here real quick. We're going to start welding in the rear wheel wells where I was smart enough to go through and cut it out. So there goes that freaking donkey again. But I started doing some cutting long ago when I had a different plan for this car, and now I get to put it all back again. So check out what we got next. Whoa, hey, there you are. Hey, so I had this brilliant idea probably 15 years ago when I first got this car, the 55 Chevy two-door Gasser wagon. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make this into an altered wheelbase car, you know, an altered wheelbase gasser. They're really, really cool cars. Some of them are called AFX cars. On an altered wheelbase gasser, the rear axles move forward 7 to 12 inches. Then you move the front axle forward, and that's to get the weight transfer so that the tires won't spin in the back. And they didn't have good technology on tires back in the 50s and 60s. So they'd do anything they could to try and stop the tires from spinning. If when you took off, if the weight transferred onto the rear tires, it would help to stop them from spinning. So they did the altered wheelbase cars. Well, my idea was to make an altered wheelbase 55 Chevy gasser wagon. And although that's something I would still love to do, you know, this is going to be given away, and a lot of people would rather have a stock wheelbase 55 wagon instead of an altered wheelbase 55 wagon. So just so that it made it better all the way around for most people, we switched it back. Now I'm going to do some altered wheelbase projects in the future because I love them. I think they're super cool. But this one, at least I held on to the parts. See, I went through and I cut these out so I could move that axle forward and the wheel tubs forward. And that's not what I'm doing now. So, I held on to these parts from a long, long time ago. I'm going to tuck these back in. We're going to start getting these tack welded in so that we can get it all finished up so we can get our rear end put together. So, here we go. Wah, wah. Wrong side. So I'm very excited that it looks like we have the mud problem cured. And I'm excited that we started back on the 55. Because this is the car that I want to be building right now. I know, Darian, you want to mess with your car. I think it actually just popped into place. Woo! Got a corner here. Got a welding helmet on. Let's see what I can do. Hey, just to let you guys know, it makes a huge difference if you turn the gas on your welder so that it has that atmosphere to burn in. Alright, let's see what we can get. So one of the hardest things to weld is sheet metal because it's so thin, it tries to burn out real quick. And so you need to turn your temperature down, you need to turn your wire feed down, and then you're going to do a whole bunch of little spot welds. Move 4, 5, 6 inches. The more heat you put into it, the more that sheet metal is going to warp. Alright, well, this has been miserable, but I'm going to get in here and I'm going to clean up a little bit of this paint off of it so I get a better ground, get a better weld, and we'll get it all welded in. So, I appreciate you guys coming out and checking out. We are moving forward on the 55 Chevy Gasser. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, that thumbs up, share the link, leave us a message, and turn on the bell notification. That'd be awesome. Also, you know what? You can check out our web store at www.theoddrodgarage.com and buy yourself a merchandise. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by. Thanks for watching. A friend of mine told me I should name my YouTube channel the ADD Garage. attention deficit disorder. I guess we jump from one project to another. We finish a lot though.